Hello and welcome to another edition of Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Elin.
I'm Mindy.
And we are a married couple who have very, very different interests. And I think this movie kind of illustrates that actually to a point. But we meet in the middle when it comes to movies. And today we saw one of, at least my most anticipated films, September 5. This is about the ABC Sports broadcast crew covering the 1972 Munich Games, Munich Olympic Summer Games. And they are thrust into having to cover the Israeli hostage situation when there are a couple of Palestinian terrorists, more than a couple of Palestinian terrorists, invaded the Olympic Village and took 11 Israeli Olympic athletes and coaches hostage. Yep. So this is the story about how the sports broadcasters covered this event. And what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I had a few standout points overall. The kind of orchestration, I guess, of this film, like the through line of this film was this incredible roller coaster of tension building, and then okay, we breathe for a moment, and then we build tension again, and we think things are, going one way, and then they're going another, and then it's, just feeling the chaos of the newsroom with them, right? Figuring out what's going on with this hostage situation. So they really drew us into that, and it was so well done, well orchestrated that way. Leonie Benesch, oh man, I hope this was a breakout role for her. I thought she was phenomenal. Gosh, what else? I love that it raised ethical questions, right? So a lot of what they face in this, being a sports broadcast team suddenly thrown into a situation where they have to report on a terrorist attack. The first time a terrorist attack was ever broadcast on live television, they're suddenly put in that situation of, okay, but what do we actually show? What if this happens? Do we show that to people, And they really put you in their shoes of, gosh, what would I do here? What's appropriate to do? What's not appropriate to do? How much does it possibly interfere with, what they need to do to clean up the situation? Anyway, so I just thought they brought us into a lot of really beautiful moments of humanity and just exploring human behavior in times of crisis.
The most effective way that they put you into their shoes is they open up the film showing you the mindset that they go into normally. It shows them
as
producing a swimming race in the 1972 games. And for the sports fans down there, 1972 swimming, I bet you can guess who they are highlighting in this race. She doesn't think
nobody knows that.
Yeah, prove her wrong, put it down in the comments. 1972 Olympic swimming race, who do you think is highlighted in this thing?
Is Elin strange for even knowing that piece of history, or am I strange for not knowing that?
Anyway, but they do a great job kind of putting you in their shoes. This is what we usually do. And then things turn and how it starts to show how, okay, let's approach this unique situation the way we usually would. But very quickly they find out, maybe this isn't how we do it. So what do we do? So I think they do a very good job kind of presenting their original mindset and presenting how they grow to kind of learn how to do something that's quite frankly never been done before.
Right.
And then speaking of never been done before, they show a lot of kind of coming up with ideas on the fly. Like there's a situation where they want to get a camera in a certain spot and they come up with a creative solution there. There's a situation where they have a reporter on the phone who's reporting from the area and they're saying, okay, we want to bring him in on the phone. Can we do that? We don't know. Into the broadcast on the phone. Can we do that? We don't know. And then a couple of scenes later, you see a guy with a soldering iron wiring the handset into the broadcast board.
Yeah, cool details like that, just about early kind of primitive broadcasting.
There's just so many cool things like that. And as a broadcaster, I kind of geeked out about it. The other thing they do is it's an early but very quickly put to bed type question. But this is a sports team, but this is a massive story. And they're trying to say news is going to take it, he says, but the ultimate discussion is no, sports is the one that's here, so we're going to take it. And they kind of show how they kind of adapt and kind of take what they usually do and make it, as I said, just kind of come up with something how to cover something that's never been covered before.
Yeah.
For those that know the story, there are moments that come to mind there are images, there are words, there are things that come to mind. All of them are covered in this. They even show you how a certain camera shot that everyone knows that is related to this event is obtained, how they got that shot. There are 3 words that are said by one of the characters at the climax of this film. And that is a heavy moment because in my mind, if you're doing this, because this whole time you've been in the newsroom with these people, you don't really leave the newsroom at all in this film, which I thought was really cool because you kind of feel like you're a fly on the wall observing ordinary people during a historic moment. And there's 3 words that are uttered by one of the characters that, again, everyone who knows the story knows it's coming. And their job is they have to make that as impactful in the film as it was the first time it was uttered in back then in 1972. And they nail it.
Was there anything not historically accurate that you could pick out?
No, not that I can think of. I'm sure I'm wrong, though. I'm not an expert on the story, but based on my knowledge of the incident, it's really it's pretty accurate. Cool. But I'm sure I'm wrong there. It's they do a very good job taking you from 2024 or 2025, whatever year you're watching this film in, and putting you in.
I wouldn't be watching it last year.
But it was first.
I get
it was
what
first
you're
shown
saying.
in 2024. Anyway, they do a great job taking you out of your time in your place and putting you in that newsroom in Munich in 1972. And when that moment hits, when those 3 words are uttered or said, I teared up. Thumbs up, thumbs down, world. This is 2 thumbs up. Had I seen this in 2024, this would have been my either number 1 or number 2 favorite 2024 film, because technically this is a 2024 film. It just did the festival circuit because I think it was hoping for some award pushes. Unfortunately, again, it only got nominated for 1 Oscar. It should be nominated for a whole lot more. We should be talking the full push for this film. Yeah. Go see September 5.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. If it's playing in a theater near you, catch it. When it comes on Amazon, undoubtedly rent it for $15 or $10, whatever the rental is. Like it's worth it. Yes. It is R-rated for language. That's it, though. There's nothing else that I think would necessitate an R rating. Yeah. That's our review of September 5.
Yeah, what are we seeing next week?
So next week, we are going to see Love Hurts, starring Ke Quan. I think Ariana DeBose is how you say her name.
I think so.
And one that we're pretty excited to see in his film debut, Marshawn Lynch. It's gonna be a lot of fun and definitely change of
pacing,
environment.
It'll be a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
If you come to that video review of ours, then we're like, wow, that was heavy. We will lose all validity. It should be light. It should be fun.
And I saw a featurette on Facebook with Ke Quan in it.
Oh boy!
And he's talking about how he studied for a long time the action choreography because he's doing all of his stunts in it. Yeah. And it looks like a Jackie Chan-esque performance, like in the fight scene. So
it looks like a Ke Quan performance. He's establishing his own.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you say that considering he won an Oscar for something that is completely out of
That's exactly why I can say that. Like, he's establishing his own presence that is unlike any others.
Yeah, so we're excited to see that. So join us for that next week. This has been Meet in the Middle Movies, and I'm Elon.
I'm Mindy.
And we'll see you next time.
See you then.